Hi, so this video I'm going to be talking about projects that I've started, finished, and I'm just in the middle of. So let's just get into it, I guess. So the first thing that I've been working on is a short film that I've had to change the name of a couple of times. It was first originally going to be called Engulfed, but now it's called Is Something There? The short film is inspired by this whole pandemic. It takes place in a world where people are scared to go outside and want to stay indoors. Unlike other short films, story isn't actually a priority. It's not number one priority at all. I've mainly wanted to work on the visual aspects of the film. I just think that there's no real point working on, the story, making that number one priority, as I am the one doing the filming, the acting and stuff. I still need to get dialogue scenes. It makes more sense just to work on the visual telling of the story than actually what the story is, and that makes it more comfortable because I'm able to work and learn other things like with lenses, aperture, and of course framing. It's been really nice to make this film because I've realized what good countryside we have just behind me. So I've shot a lot of locations in the outdoor area, which is pretty good, and we have a lot of good trees. The light leaks in a lot. It's really good to work with those sorts of locations because they can work to your favor depending on what time of day and how you use them, of course. The next project I'd like to talk about is Pizza and Beer. That's what I've named it anyway. So a few weeks ago, a guy called Marco put up a post on Facebook saying Marco's Pizza Challenge. So basically what this was he wanted people to make a video of them making pizza. Whoever they thought was best would win a prize. Simple. My approach to this was, I'd like to say cinematic, at least the shots, just because I had Bake Off in my mind, basically. Their shots are quite fairly cinematic, slow-mo and everything. So I tried that. And I'd like to think it was all right. I thought for my first attempt at the whole thing, it was good. The interesting thing about it that I learnt the most was guerrilla filmmaking. I'd never properly started filming something on the spot. Normally things need rehearsals and stuff, need retakes. I couldn't really direct my family into making a pizza. So what I just did was point the camera, have them make the pizza and film as much coverage as I possibly could and make the most out of that. It was interesting to do, especially the close-ups, just all the shots I had to get was very fascinating in terms of, you need to just get what you need and, use it as well as you can. Just use what you've got. And it was very interesting to sort of be put in that mind space, really. The other interesting thing was working with slow-mo. Now, my camera can only do 60 frames per second at 1080p, full HD. It's slow, you can sort of see it, and it's okay. If I could, I would probably make it slower, but that's the best I can work with, really, because that's the most it goes at. It was definitely new, because obviously you have to change other elements like shutter speed. You lose a lot of light and stuff, so I had to grab my video light and point that at everything because you don't want it to be dark. But I like to think that the videos came out quite well. There are actually two versions of the video. One is on Facebook and one is on my channel, my YouTube channel. So the one on Facebook is a more comedic take on it. It has a lot of videos from Shaun the Sheep, YouTube videos, and just other stuff. Don't ask, just if you go on the Facebook post and search it up, I think you can find it. But on my YouTube channel, I actually just put all the cinematic elements, and there's a lot of also added footage that isn't in the Facebook one and stuff like that. And I took out the comedy elements just because I wanted kind of just the cinematic flow, and it just kind of worked more into what I put on my channel. Sadly, we didn't win. Which was a bummer, but we did get a prize, so that was a win in my books because it was the best. The next project I'd like to talk about is one that we've started quite well but have had to have quite a lot of drawbacks on due to weather issues. Basically, it's a biking video. It's sort of to show exercising and, you know, getting your cardio and everything. And it's a lot, again, it's a lot more different from what I normally shoot. There will be sort of rehearsals, but again, it's that thing where you can't plan too much. You have to just say, oh, let's try the camera here. Let's try it here. We can't really plan the location too much. It's a lot of action cam, basically. A lot of like quick zooms, quick focus, whip pans. It's going to be, hopefully it's going to be good. But in the end, like, you know, one of those takes, you're going to get it right as long as you do enough. And also, like, you need to be in the right position for where they're coming down and stuff as well. This will also be kind of easy in some form as we're having 2 cameras, well, 3, but they're not all in the same shot. So we've already got a lot of test footage, a lot of good test footage. We've got the actual GoPro footage, and now we just need to get the actual proper camera footage, and hopefully that will go well, the camera footage. But yeah, it will be interesting to work again in this sort of scenario where you're doing a lot of this run and gun shooting, but also like you do in this one, you do get a few rehearsals, but it's very like you don't know what's actually going to happen, what the turnout's going to be. So I'm intrigued myself how this will turn out. I'm hoping we finish it. Go on my YouTube channel, you'll see there. Same with my short film, to be fair. The next project that I'd like to go on and I'm having a bit of trouble with at the moment is a string quartet video. My dad is in a band called Live Lounge, and they play at a lot of pubs, weddings and concerts. They're really good, to be fair, and they do a lot of good covers. But obviously being in isolation, that stopped everyone really, all the bands and stuff. So my dad plays the violin in the band, and his idea was to do a string quartet where you play separate tracks of separate notes and multi-layer them, and it makes the entire song. This appeared difficult as, well, none of us have really done anything like this. I don't know much about music, and he doesn't know much about doing multi-tracks. It's the first time that I've worked with Adobe Audition doing multi-track layering, and it's fairly simple. It's just we haven't got, all the tracks don't flow because they're not playing at the same pace, or the right pace at least. So it's 4 tracks, that multi-layer. So what we were going to do is we were going to do that split screen thing where we put a video of him playing each track and place him in each corner of the screen, just more simple. And then he was planning on doing a solo performance with it, and we just put that in the full screen. So it's quite interesting to sort of experiment with, I guess. I've gotten a bit of help on it, but you know, I'm just hoping we get that done, because once we've got the music completed and it's fine, then we just have to try and we just need to get the video bit done, and that'll be easy. But yeah, it will hopefully just work out in the end. But all in all, it's been really nice doing these projects. I've learned a lot from doing them. You know, guerrilla filmmaking, using Adobe Audition, doing action cam work. It's been really, really good to do, and it's helped me a lot to sort of like, you know, understand what I like doing, understand what I can do, understand what I can improve on, and how to improve on it. Something that I'm really happy about doing is that I put a lot of thought and effort and a lot of time into how I make these projects. Like this vlog right now, you know, I've got a nice background, at least I think it's nice. I'm using a prime lens, Charlotte Depth of Field. I've got a light right here to my face is lit. It's just, you know, those added steps instead of just, you know, holding your phone and just vlogging yourself. I just wanted to put that extra effort in. And then once this video goes on, you know, Adobe, I'll start color grading, you know, color correcting and stuff. Heck, I've even got a sound recorder to a lav mic, so I have better audio. It's putting me in a good mind space, having me develop this great habit of where I don't want things to be simple and easy. I want them to be complex, but achieve the best quality. But yeah, that's about it. And thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping that everyone is doing well in isolation and they're keeping themselves entertained and educated with what they're doing and what they want to pursue in. I know I am. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.